power punches, conditioning, strength, speed. All skills crucial for boxers. I learned about them in all my weeks training with boxing coach Tiger Cordova. But I still wondered, which is really the most important thing a fighter needs? Then, it hit me. Besides the physical aspect of training and pushing my body to its max, there was another element to training as a boxer that I needed to be conscious of: my mind. But what does that mean when it comes to training exactly? It turns out there are coaches out there who help athletes with mental skills training, or MST, which emphasizes the power of the mind in sports.
So MST, essentially encompasses everything, because it can be the mental skills training, specifically, being positive, handling pressure, being focused, visualizing, setting goals, motivation, learning how to energize if you're tired and you need that extra energy, maybe in a boxing fight when it's gone, into the latter rounds, and they need that extra energy. Just all these different techniques that really it's the foundation of mental skills training.
Now that I knew I needed both the physical and mental skills, I wanted to know, which one is more important? What is the balance between the two? Looking for answers, I first asked some boxing coaches.
Combinations, but the most important is condition.
Mental toughness is one, but you gotta always be mentally tough. You can't let the other person break you down. It's not more important. You need both. They're both important, the mental aspect and the physical aspect of it.
Well, I've always believed that a champion of the world is already born with it. And obviously, as a coach, you have to have the vision to be able to see which ones have it, which ones don't. It's something, a blessing God gives individually to everyone. Pretty much my belief is that God gave them a gift and they're born to be champions of the world.
With no consensus among the coaches I spoke to, I decided to find out from the boxers themselves. I discovered that there is one thing pro boxers unanimously agree separates a world-class fighter from a mediocre one.
I mean, the most important thing is mental toughness, because you can be strong as an ox, you know what I mean? But as soon as your mind starts giving out on you and you start drifting and start looking for excuses, then that's where it doesn't matter how strong you are physically, your mind take over and, you sell yourself short.
You can have physical, you can have condition, you can be at the top shape of your life. But if you're not ready up here, if you're a little nervous, then you beat yourself before you even get in the ring.
I don't really care how physically strong you are. If you're more mentally strong than the other person, you will win.
And perhaps the most mentally driven of all the boxers I interviewed was female boxer Casey Morton.
Think about it, it's 100% mental. Everything, for anything to happen, it starts from here.
Like many of the boxing greats, Morton has faced hardships and struggles in her life, and she uses these experiences to build the mental toughness necessary in the ring.
It was tough growing up, like foster homes, group homes, juvenile hall, youth correctional facilities, residential lockdown programs. Like, it was either those places or constantly on the run, like house surfing, couch surfing, homeless. I came into boxing, from a really negative lifestyle. I had a lot of baggage, which is why the irony is this is the healing process for a lot of us with baggage. I constantly hear it referred to as like poor man's sport, where you have to kind of know how to dig. For me, the mental battle is the most difficult part for me. My boxing coach always tells me the battle that I have up here, and in here, will be the biggest battle I ever faced.
Her coach, Jairo Escobar, knows Casey's tenacity all too well.
Her working ethic is legendary, I guess you could say. She likes to overwork sometimes, and but she listens though once I really come down hard on her and I tell her that And once I tell her like, hey, you gotta you gotta tone it down. You're working too much. To her this is not even tough. It might be tough to other people that haven't been through what she's been through, but I guess to say to the regular Joe, this is hard. But to Casey, she probably finds it easy because nothing's gonna be as tough as what she had to go through growing up.
Casey has never been afraid of getting hit with a punch, but it was a mental shift that took her boxing to the next level.
For me, my first maybe 5 fights, I always thought it was a personal thing. Like I am angry at the other person, or I gotta beat the other person, and it took some time to kind of like come to the point of realizing like, oh, it's nothing to do with the other person. I'm kind of fighting myself.
I think the mental toughness, some of the things that I do regularly, like they work for me. I do my 3 a.m. morning runs regularly. The last 10 minutes or so of that run, are the most important part, where you want to kind of give in mentally. I have like rules that I train by, rules for myself. Like I could be 10 seconds away from making 5 miles, and if I stop for any reason, it doesn't count. I have to redo a run all over again. When I'm tired, like I visualize, okay, I'm sprinting. I'm never gonna sprint in the ring, but I am gonna burst. So I understand, and I'm telling my body why I'm doing this. So physically, I feel like there's a physical benefit to that, where you train your mind and your body to work as a unit and to understand what you're doing. So that, and then also the part of your brain where you want to stop because you're tired. You have to remind yourself, no, this is going to help you in this situation. I have every workout charted on what I did every day, and I would look at it, because everything's to a science. Like if I cheat on my times, which is another mental toughness thing for me. If I'm like walking to the ring, like searching for Christ, I'm like nervous, I'm like, oh my God, I cheated on my runs, oh my God, I didn't do my pull-ups, oh my God, I don't know if I'm gonna win, oh my God, I'm a mess. If you're not able to trust in the work you do, you'll probably crumble, in the ring, or you're probably more prone to wanting out.
It's all about the power of the mind, even when boxers face trials in the ring. A young, up-and-coming fighter, Roy Tapia, says he learned this lesson early on.
I fought on ESPN. I fought a Puerto Rican that was really, his name was Elazir Agosto. The second round, he hit me with a punch on top of the head that made me see like 4 or 5 of them. And I remember I backed up to the ropes, and in my head I was like, oh man, like this is only like my 5th pro fight. I'm about to get knocked out. So I went after him, power punches, boom, 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 and I stopped him. I hurt him throughout that round, and I knocked him out in the next round. I say whenever I get hurt or I'm in a position like that, I always stay calm, put my hands up higher, and think. It's always a thinking game in there.
No boxer wants to lose, and it's a constant awareness that a winner today doesn't guarantee a winner tomorrow.
I look at it like this. I've been in a ring with many, many great fighters, and I can say in amateurs, I was one of the top fighters, and I let it get to my head. I let it think, I was thinking, I don't have to put as much work. I don't have to run the extra mile. I don't have to get up at 5 in the morning. So you got to always look at it like this. The best fighter was there because he put in the best work. He can fall off anytime.
Failure is always an option. It's the easiest option and the most readily available option. We're surrounded by ways out or excuses. If you're wanting a way out, you'll find one real quick.
But what is really at the heart of their mental training? Why do they fight? They may all agree that mental training is the #1 skill a boxer should have. But each boxer has his or her own reasons for fighting in the first place. Some do it for family.
My dad's dream was to have a son that became world champion, so I wanted to make that dream come true. I bought my parents a house, my whole family lives there, my brothers. I have my own house too. And like my brother, every time I fight, I give him a cut, I give my dad a cut, and I help out my other brothers too and my family. like the heart, my family. Like I was like, oh, I can't lose this fight. I have to fight my family because if I lose this fight, everything goes away.
Others have more personal goals.
At the end of the day, everybody has to do it for themselves. It's not doing it, yeah, I'm doing it for my kids so they can have an easier life, but at the end of the day, if I'm getting in there for him, I'm going to get hurt. I got to go in there for me, and this is my passion, this is what I want to dedicate my life to, and this is what I want to accomplish. So at the end of the day, it's for me.
And for Casey, it's her own path to a spiritual fulfillment and healing.
God blessed me with a dream that means more to me than breathing. So even when I want to give up, my goal, my goal in boxing means so much to me that it's like a curse.
For the pro boxers, the mind is seemingly more important. But it would still be nice if I could have a killer jab, a rock-solid core, and superb conditioning like these pros. But all of these skills take time to master. At this point, no amount of mental strength can save me from being undertrained. There is something about boxing that is hard to shake. And I hope to one day enter the ring fully ready, both physically and mentally, to fight. Pro boxer Ricardo Pinell may have said it best.
Well, boxing is not a sport, you know what I'm saying? It's a lifestyle, and it really is. Like, you don't go, I'm gonna go practice boxing for a couple hours, because it's never over.